G'day everyone. I just wanted to give you a little bit more insight into what happened in Ireland. First and foremost, I want to say a massive thank you for everyone who followed me on the tracker, dropped me messages, tried to steer me in the right direction when I took a couple of wrong turns, and everyone who just followed the 3 day journey that I had online and wrote me comments and messages on social media, and also the loads of individual messages, the direct messages I've had. So I want to say thank you very much. It was really appreciated, and that was always something that I look forward to read the messages of encouragement and also having a few laughs as well. So what happened in Ireland? I know I gave you a very brief message the other day when I decided to finish my Ireland run. And so with a couple of days of time to reflect and ponder and think about my decision, I have no regrets at all. It's not even about making the right or wrong decision. It was the only decision to make. The reason why I finished my Ireland run after 3 days, as I said previously, is because I wasn't having any fun. I wasn't enjoying it. Now, this may seem a little bit crazy to a lot of you, and don't get me wrong, I don't take it for granted that I'm able to go off and plan 9-day adventures. But the whole point of me doing my Ireland run, it wasn't to make a documentary, it wasn't to make or to set a new record or anything like that. Okay, my why, I talk about this a lot. My why, I did a podcast on this, I wrote a blog about it, my why tree. Okay, the 3 levels of why. But my deep-rooted why, the driving force, where I get my energy from when I do these big challenges. For my Ireland run, my deep-rooted why was to go on a personal adventure and to enjoy it and to have fun. And I called it my summer holiday. Okay? And after 3 days, I wasn't having any fun. It's as simple as that. My why, my energy, my driving force, it wasn't there. I wanted to have a long 9-day solo adventure. I thought it would be great fun to just be by myself, alone, in my own thoughts, just putting one foot in front of the other. But in all honesty, I was lonely. I didn't enjoy being by myself, doing it solo. And all I just kept thinking was, I can't wait till today's over. And that's not right. And this wasn't after the second day when it was pouring with rain and I had a really tough time. This was after about an hour into the big challenge. I had a very good friend who dropped me down to the start line. That was amazing. It was great to see her. And then I set off. And for the first 20 or 30 minutes, I was like, yeah, this is cool. Wow. Mizen Head, it's beautiful. This is going to be great fun. But then after about an hour, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is it. Let's do this. And there was no excitement. There was no real anticipation of, oh, I can't wait for the next 9 days. I've just got to slow down and I've just got to take care of myself. All I could think about was, this is pretty lonely. Yeah, this is not as much fun as I had thought it would be. The scenery around me was spectacular. Don't get me wrong. The first 2 days, oh my goodness. The route that I took were amazing. What you expect, green rolling hills of Ireland. That was it. Quiet little laneways that I was running up and down and over these hills. It was fantastic. And I thought this would be a fun adventure, to do this solo. I didn't enjoy it. So I now know. So I take so much away from these 3 days. Okay? I'm not saying I failed. I'm not saying I gave up. I ended my Ireland run. I finished it after 3 days. It's as simple as that. The original plan was 9, but I decided to finish it after 3 days. That's how I look at this. Because I feel that too many people in life, they commit to doing something and they have all good intentions. Now, remember, this wasn't something that I came up with last week. I've actually been thinking about doing this for over 12 months, probably 18 months. And then 9 months ago, I flicked the switch and was solely training for my island run. I dedicated 9 months to prepare myself. Physically, mentally, check the routes, make sure I've got all the right kit. So I dedicated a large chunk of my life, nearly a whole year, to just preparing for this. And I thought this was going to be so much fun. So this is why I look at it as not a failure, or not that I didn't do it or that I gave up. I finished my island run. I just realized that 3 days was enough. Physically, I'm in great shape. Could go and run today, go and run tomorrow. Okay, I feel totally fine. Now, I could say, oh, my legs were a bit sore and it was 2 really long days and the third day it was, no, that's not true. Physically, I feel great. Mentally, I'm upbeat, I'm fine because I made the right decision. And as I said, too many people, they commit to doing something with all good intentions. And they realize, actually, this is probably not something I really want to do. So I feel people, and this might be you, do one of two things. One thing, they'll make excuses for themselves. Okay? I could say, oh, I got an injury. And that would make myself feel better about myself. But I didn't. I didn't get an injury. Or the other thing a lot of people do is just grind it out. Well, I've started it now, I should finish it. And you get so far away from where you want to be that you can't get back. We get one life. As far as I know, I get one life. And did I want to drag myself kicking and screaming internally for 6 days just for the sake of actually saying, well, I finished what I started? I wasn't having any fun. I wanted to be around people. Okay? It was very lonely. I didn't expect it to be that lonely. Now, don't get me wrong, I looked at the scenery and I tried to engage with as many locals as I could. It didn't make any difference. So I thought, why push myself mentally and physically doing something I don't even enjoy? Now, for all of you who are endurance athletes or even just athletes who play sport, and even entrepreneurs who like to push themselves, do the late nights and work hard all day long, in the moment when we're pushing ourselves, it's difficult. You may not like it. Like, there were times where my legs were really painful. My foot was sore for a period of time. But in a weird way, and ultra endurance athletes or endurance athletes will understand this, we kind of like that feeling. Okay, we kind of enjoy it. We think it's fun because we're intrigued. It's like, what if I can keep pushing myself? And it's sort of like a little game of cat and mouse mentally. That's the way I look at it. And I'm always intrigued, so it's got my attention. I'm excited about it. Now, I've done loads of big challenges. For all of you who follow me on a regular basis, you know this. But I didn't have any of that excitement. I didn't have any of that curiosity. It was just, wow, this is really lonely and I'm not enjoying this at all. Not because it was hard, not because it was physically demanding, or not because mentally I was in a dark place. I wasn't. Yeah, day 2 was hard in the rain and the wind, but it was fine. I got day 3 and it was the most upbeat I was. You saw day 3, the start of day 3 video. I was very upbeat compared to the first couple of days. So it's with this I want to reinforce that I finished my island run after 3 days. And this is how I see it. I see that I will have fond memories of those 3 days because I didn't drag myself through the next 6 days doing something that I didn't enjoy. Because life is too short, everyone. Life is too short. Prepare for something that you want to do. Do everything you can. Gain as much knowledge. Be physically, mentally, and emotionally ready to take on a big challenge that you think you want to achieve. And when you go in, go all in. Give it everything you have. But from my experience of my island run, if you've given it your all and you've done the preparation, but you're not enjoying yourself, then cut your losses, walk away with a smile on your face and say, tomorrow's another day. It's time to live my life how I want to. I'm going to leave it on that. Once again, thanks everyone for following me online, sharing all my information I put up, and all the messages have been fantastic. So I'm good. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm super upbeat about life. I'm ready to go on. What am I going to do next? I have no idea. I've got this fitness, this running fitness. I definitely need to do something. So I guess watch this space for something else that I'm planning on in the near future when I come up with it. But I can guarantee you this, it won't be a solo running adventure. That's right. All right, everyone. Thanks very much, and I will talk to you all very soon.